2 Baruch, chapter 30. And it shall come to pass after these things, when the time of the advent of Hamashiach is fulfilled, that he shall return in glory. Then all who have fallen asleep in hope of him shall rise again. And it shall come to pass at that time that the treasuries will be opened, in which is preserved the number of the souls of the righteous. And they shall come forth, and a multitude of souls shall be seen together in one assemblage of one thought. And the first shall rejoice, and the last shall not be grieved. For they know that the time has come, of which it is said that it is the consummation of the times. But the souls of the wicked, when they behold all these things, shall then waste away the more. For they shall know that their torment has come, and their perdition has arrived. Chapter 31. And it shall come to pass after these things, that I went to the people and said to them, Assemble to me all your elders, and I will speak words to them. And they all assembled in the valley of the Kidron. And I answered and said to them, Hear, O Yasharel, and I will speak to you. And give ear, O seed of Yaakov, and I will instruct you. Forget not Zion, but hold in remembrance the anguish of Jerusalem. For lo, the days come when everything that is shall become the prey of corruption and be as though it had not been. Chapter 32. But as for you, if you prepare your hearts so as to sow in them the fruits of the Torah, it shall protect you in that time in which El Elyon is to shake the whole creation. Because after a little time the building of Zion will be shaken, in order that it may be built again. But that building will not remain, but will again after a time be rooted out, and will remain desolate until the time. And afterwards it must be renewed in glory and perfected forevermore. Therefore we should not be distressed so much over the evil which has now come as over that which is still to be. For there shall be greater trials than these two tribulations, when El Elohim will renew his creation. And now do not draw near to me for a few days, nor seek me till I come to you. And it came to pass, when I had spoken to them all these words, that I, Baruch, went my way. And when the people saw me setting out, they lifted up their voice and lamented and said, Whither do you depart from us, Baruch, and forsake us as a father who forsakes his orphan children, and depart from them? Chapter 33. Are these the commands which your companion Jeremiah the prophet commanded you and said to you? Look to this people till I go, and make ready the rest of the brethren in Babel, against whom has gone forth the sentence that they should be led into captivity. And now if you also forsake us, it is good for us all to die before you then, that you should withdraw from us. Chapter 34. And I answered and said to the people, Far be it from me to forsake you, or to withdraw from you, but I will only go to the Holy of Holies to inquire of El Elohim concerning you and concerning Zion, if in some respect I should receive more illumination. And after these things I will return to you. Chapter 35. And I, Baruch, went to the holy place and sat down upon the ruins and wept and said, Oh, that my eyes were springs, and my eyelids a fount of tears. For how shall I lament for Zion, and how shall I mourn for Jerusalem? Because in that place where I am now prostrate, of old the high priest offered holy sacrifices, and placed thereon an incense of fragrant odors. But now our glorying has been made into dust, and the desire of our soul into sand. Chapter 36. And when I had said these things, I fell asleep there. And I saw a vision in the night, and lo, a forest of trees planted on the plain, and lofty and rugged rocky mountains surrounded it. And that forest occupied much space. And lo, over against it arose a vine, and from under there went forth a fountain peacefully. Now that fountain came to the forest and was stirred into great waves, and those waves submerged that forest. And suddenly they rooted out the greater part of that forest and overthrew all the mountains which were round about it. And the height of the forest began to be made low, and the top of the mountains was made low. And that fountain prevailed greatly, so that it left nothing of that great forest, save one cedar only. Also, when it had cast it down and had destroyed and rooted out the greater part of that forest, so that nothing was left in it, nor could its place be recognized, then that vine began to come with the fountain in peace and great tranquility. And it came to a place which was not far from that cedar, and they brought the cedar which had been cast down to it. And I beheld, and lo, that vine opened its mouth and spoke, and said to that cedar, Are you not that cedar which was left of the forest of wickedness, and by whose means wickedness persisted, and was wrought all these years, and goodness never? And you did keep conquering that which was not yours, and to that which was yours you did never show compassion. And you did keep extending your power over those who were far from you, and those who drew near you. You did hold fast in the toils of your wickedness, and you did uplift yourself always as one that could not be rooted out. But now your time has sped, and your hour is come. Do also therefore depart, O cedar, after the forest, which departed before you, and become dust with it. And let your ashes be mingled together. And now recline in anguish and rest in torment till your last time come, in which you will come again and be tormented still more. Chapter 37. And after these things I saw that cedar burning, and the vine growing, itself and all around it, and the plain full of unfading flowers. And I indeed awoke and arose. Chapter 38. And I prayed and said, O Yahuah, my Adonai, you do always enlighten those who are led by your understanding. Your Torah is life, and your wisdom is right guidance. Make known to me, therefore, the interpretation of this vision. For you know that my soul has always walked in your Torah, and from my earliest days I departed not from your wisdom. Chapter 39. And he answered and said to me, Baruch, this is the interpretation of the vision which you have seen. As you have seen the great forest which lofty and rugged mountains surrounded, this is the word. Behold, the days come, and this kingdom will be destroyed, which once destroyed Sion, and it will be subjected to that which comes after it. Moreover, that also again after a time will be destroyed, and another, a third, will arise, and that also will have dominion over its time, and will be destroyed. And after these things, a fourth kingdom will arise, whose power will be harsh and evil far beyond those which were before it. And it will rule many times as the forest on the plain, and it will hold fast for times, and will exalt itself more than the cedars of Lebanon. And by it the truth will be hidden, and all those who are polluted with iniquity will flee to it, as evil beasts flee and creep into the forest. And it will come to pass when the time of its consummation, that it should fall, has approached, then the principate of my Mashiach will be revealed, which is like the fountain and the vine. And when it is revealed, it will root out the multitude of its host. And as touching that which you have seen, the lofty cedar which was left of that forest, and the fact that the vine spoke those words with it which you did hear, this is the word. Chapter 40. The last leader of that time will be left alive, when the multitude of his hosts will be put to the sword, and he will be bound, and they will take him up to Mount Zion, and my Mashiach will convict him of all his impieties, and will gather and set before him all the works of his hosts. And afterward he will put him to death and protect the rest of my people, which shall be found in the place which I have chosen. And his principate will stand forever until the world of corruption is at an end, and until the times aforesaid are fulfilled. This is your vision, and this is its interpretation. Chapter 41. And I answered and said, for whom and for how many shall these things be? Or who will be worthy to live at that time? For I will speak before you everything that I think, and I will ask of you regarding those things which I meditate. For lo, I see many of your people who have withdrawn from your covenant and cast from them the yoke of your Torah. But others again I have seen who have forsaken their vanity and fled for refuge beneath your wings. What therefore will be to them? Or how will the last time receive them? Or perhaps the time of these will assuredly be weighed, and as the beam inclines, will they be judged accordingly? Chapter 42. And he answered and said to me, these things also will I show to you. As for what you said, to whom will these things be, and how many will they be? To those who have believed, there shall be the good, which was spoken of aforetime. And to those who despise, there shall be the contrary of these things. And as for what you said regarding those who have drawn near and those who have withdrawn, this is the word. As for those who were before subject and afterward withdrew and mingled themselves with the seed of mingled peoples, the time of these was the former and was accounted as something exalted. As for those who before knew not, but afterwards knew life and mingled only with the seed of the people which had separated itself, the time of these is the latter and is accounted as something exalted. And time shall succeed to time, and season to season, and one shall receive from another. And then, with the view to the consummation, shall everything be compared according to the measure of the times and the hours of the seasons. For corruption shall take those that belong to it, and life those that belong to it. And the dust shall be called, and there shall be said to it, give back that which is not yours, and raise up all that you have kept until its time. Chapter 43. But you, Baruch, direct your heart to that which has been said to you, and understand those things which have been shown to you, for there are many eternal consolations for you. For you shall depart from this place, and you shall pass from the regions which are now seen by you, and you shall forget whatsoever is corruptible, and shall not again recall those things which happen among mortals. Go therefore and command your people, and come to this place, and afterwards fast 7 days, and then I will come to you and speak with you. Chapter 44. And I, Baruch, went from thence, and came to my people, and I called my firstborn son, and the Yahus, my friends, and 7 of the elders of the people, and I said to them, behold, I go to my fathers according to the way of all the earth. But withdraw you not from the way of the Torah, but guard and admonish the people which remain, lest they withdraw from the commandments of Elohim. For you see that he whom we serve is just, and our Creator is no respecter of persons. And see that what has befallen Zion and what has happened to Jerusalem. For the judgment of Elohim shall thereby be made known, and his ways, which though past finding out, are right. If you endure and persevere in his fear, and do not forget his Torah, the times shall change over you for good, and you shall see the consolation of Sion. Because whatsoever is now is nothing, but that which shall be is very great. For everything that is corruptible shall pass away, and everything that dies shall depart, and all the present time shall be forgotten. Nor shall there be any remembrance of the present time, which is defiled with evils. For that which runs now runs to vanity, and that which prospers shall quickly fall and be humiliated. For that which is to be shall be the object of desire, and for that which comes afterwards shall we hope. For it is a time that passes not away. And the hour comes which abides forever, and the new world comes, which does not turn to corruption those who depart to its blessedness, and has no mercy on those who depart to torment, and leads not to perdition those who live in it. For these are they who shall inherit that time, which has been spoken of, and theirs is the inheritance of the promised time. These are they who have acquired for themselves treasures of wisdom, and with them are found stores of understanding, and from mercy have they not withdrawn, and the truth of the Torah have they preserved, for to them shall be given the world to come. But the dwelling of the rest, who are many, shall be in the fire. Chapter 45. Do you therefore so far as you are able to instruct the people, for that labor is ours. For if you teach them, you shall quicken them. Chapter 46. And my son and the elders of the people answered and said to them, Has Elohim humiliated us to such a degree as to take you from us quickly? And truly we shall be in darkness, and there shall be no light to the people who are left. For where again shall we seek this Torah, or who will distinguish for us between death and life? And I said to them, The throne of El Elohim I cannot resist. Nevertheless, there shall not be wanting to Yasharel a wise man, nor a son of the Torah to the seed of Yaakov. But only prepare your hearts, that you may obey the Torah and be subject to those who in fear are wise and understanding. And prepare your souls that you may not depart from them. For if you do these things, good news shall come to you, which I before told you of, nor shall you fall into the torment of which I testified to you before. But in regard to the word that I was to be taken, I did not make it known to them or to my son. Chapter 47. And when I had gone forth and dismissed them, I went thence and said to them, Behold, I go to Chevron, for thither Elohim has sent me. And I came to that place where the word had been spoken to me, and I sat there and fasted 7 days. Chapter 48. And it came to pass after the 7th day that I prayed before Elohim and said, O Yahuah, you summon the advent of the times, and they stand before you. You cause the power of the ages to pass away, and they do not resist you. You arrange the method of the seasons, and they obey you. You alone know the duration of the generations, and you reveal not your mysteries to many. You make known the multitude of the fire, and you weigh the lightness of the wind. You explore the limit of the heights, and you scrutinize the depths of the darkness. You care for the number which pass away, that they may be preserved, and you prepare an abode for those that are to be. You remember the beginning which you have made, and do not forget the destruction that is to be yours. With nods of fear and indignation, you command the flames, and they change into ruachot, and with a word you quicken that which was not, and with mighty power you hold that which has not yet come. You instruct created things in the understanding of you, and you make wise the spheres so as to minister in their orders. Armies innumerable stand before you and minister in their order quietly at your nod. Hear your servant and give ear to my petition, for in a little time we are born, and in a little time we do return. But with you hours are as a time, and days a generation. Be not therefore angry with man, for he is nothing, and take not account of our works, for what are we? For lo, by your gift do we come into the world, and we depart not at our own will. For we said not to our parents, Beget us, nor did we send to Sheol and say, Receive us. What therefore is our strength that we should bear your wrath? Or what are we that we should endure your judgment? Protect us in your compassions, and in your mercy help us. Behold the little ones that are subject to you, and save all that draw nigh to you. And destroy not the hope of our people, and cut not short the time of our aid. For this is the nation which you have chosen, and these are the people to whom you find no equal. But I will speak now before you, and I will say as my heart thinks. In you do we trust. For lo, your Torah is with us, and we know that we shall not fall so long as we guard your statutes. To all times are we blessed, at all events in this that we have not mingled with the other nations. For we are all one celebrated people who have received one Torah from El, and the Torah which is among us will aid us, and the surpassing wisdom which is in us will help us. And when I had prayed and said these things, I was greatly weakened. And he answered and said to me, You have prayed simply, O Baruch, and all your words have been heard. But my judgment exacts its own, and my Torah exacts its right. For from your words I will answer you, and from your prayer I will speak to you. For this is as follows. He that is corrupted is not at all. He has both wrought iniquity so far as he could do anything, and has not remembered my goodness, nor accepted my long suffering. Therefore you shall surely be taken up, as I told you before. For that time shall arise, which brings affliction. For it shall come and pass by with quick vehemence, and it shall be turbulent, coming in the heat of indignation. And it shall come to pass in those days that all the inhabitants of the earth shall be moved one against another, because they know not that my judgment has drawn nigh. For there shall not be found many wise at that time, and the intelligent shall be but a few. Moreover, even those who know shall most of all be silent. And there shall be many rumors, and not few tidings, and the doings of phantasmata shall be manifest, and promises not a few be recounted. Some of them shall prove idle, and some of them shall be confirmed, and honor shall be turned into shame, and strength humiliated into contempt, and probity destroyed, and beauty shall become ugliness. And many shall say to many at that time, Where has the multitude of intelligence hidden itself, and whither has the multitude of wisdom removed itself? And while they were meditating on these things, then envy shall arise in those who had not thought aught of themselves, and passion shall seize him that is peaceful. And many shall be stirred up in anger to injure many, and they shall rouse up armies in order to shed blood, and in the end they shall perish together with them. And it shall come to pass at the selfsame time that a change of times shall manifestly appear to every man, because in all those times they polluted themselves, and they practiced oppression, and walked every man in his own works, and remembered not the Torah of Elohim. Therefore a fire shall consume their thoughts, and in flame shall the meditations of their mind be tried. For the judge shall come and will not tarry, because each of the inhabitants of the earth knew when he was transgressing, but my Torah they knew not by reason of their pride. But many shall then assuredly weep, yea, over the living more than over the dead. And I answered and said, O Adam, what have you done to all those who are born from you? And what will be said to the first Yahuah who hearkened to the serpent? For all this multitude are going to corruption, nor is there any number of those whom the fire devours. But again I will speak in your presence. You, O Yahuah, my Adonai, know what is in your creation. For you did of old command the dust to produce Adam, and you know the number of those who were born from him, and how far they have sinned before you, who have existed, and not confessed you as their creator. And as regard all these, their end shall convict them, and your Torah, which they have transgressed, shall requite them. on your day. But now let us dismiss the wicked and inquire about the righteous. And I will recount their blessedness and not be silent in celebrating their glory, which is reserved for them. For assuredly, as in a little time in this transitory world in which you live, you have endured much labor. So in that world to which there is no end, you shall receive great light. Chapter 49. Nevertheless, I will again ask from you, O Elohim. Yea, I will ask mercy from him who made all things. In what shape will those live who live in your day? Or how will the splendor of those who are after that time continue? Will they then resume this form of the present, or put on these intramelling members which are now involved in evils, and in which evils are consummated? Or will you perchance change these things which have been in the world, as also the world? Chapter 50. And he answered and said to me, Hear, Baruch, this word, and write in the remembrance of your heart all that you shall learn. For the earth shall then assuredly restore the dead, which it now receives, in order to preserve them. It shall make no change in their form, but as it has received, so shall it restore them. And as I have delivered them to it, so also shall it raise them. For then it shall be necessary to show to the living that the dead have come to life again, and that those who had departed have returned again. And it shall come to pass when they have severally recognized those whom they now know, then judgment shall grow strong, and those things which were before spoken of shall come.